What is up, everybody? It is me, DevilNeverCry, and in today's video I bring you some more DMC. This time we're showcasing a new mod that has kind of taken the internet by storm, and that is of course the shirtless mod. A costume that kind of originated back in DMC 3, disappeared from DMC 4, and through the power of good old mods is back for DMC 5. We're going to be playing through Mission 6 with Nero. I just kind of wanted to throw this cutscene in there to sort of show off the mod, as it's kind of hard to see in the gameplay of Mission 6. It is a boss fight, so you don't really have much of a chance to, stop and turn the camera and sort of take a look at the character model. So, what has been going on since the previous video? Well, one of the reasons why I haven't really been uploading as much is mainly because I've been fairly ill, and along with that, I've been moving. So, yeah, been kind of busy these past couple days, but it's good to be back. The previous video I uploaded, which was of the DMC meet, talking to some of the DMC VAs and all three composers for DMC 5 actually, was fairly well received, despite the fact that it was sort of a gung-ho, last-minute informal thing. But yeah, no, we're back with the standard content. As usual, I'll be playing with a decent amount of mods. The usual turbo mode. We've got some character skin swap things going on. The Devil Sword Nero and such. No attack latency, all that jazz. I don't need to introduce as we get into Mission 6's introduction cutscene. Again, keeping this in here so that people that want to get a good look at this mod are able to do so. But I'm not really a big fan of this boss. I don't think too many people are on this mode, so to speak. Dante Must Die. It becomes it's already a tanky ass boss with a health pool that is far too big already by by definition. But yeah, when you throw Dante Must Die into the mix, it becomes annoying. The main way to take down its health for me as Nero is just to stack Overture bombs on the big bulbous health thing right on top of its back, and essentially just whittle it down like that. Now, the fact that you can't really damage the boss unless you're on top of it is fairly annoying, but it's standard for DMC anyway, at least. Looking at you, DMC 3 hearts and all that jazz. An awful boss. But you gotta basically just damage the legs. That'll allow you to Grim Grip or to snatch your way up. It'll do a canned animation where it will slingshot you to the top of the boss, and you are free to wail on that thing on its back, as you see me do here. Now, from time to time, like I want to say porcupine or even hedgehog, it'll start basically shifting its spines at you, the little prickly bits it's got, as you can just see. That is kind of foreshadowed by, so you can see some ripples going on the side of its back where the spines are going to come out. Sometimes he does it one side at a time, sometimes Gilgamesh does it both sides at a time. You've got to be careful. It does a substantial amount of damage on this difficulty, so do be sure to use the aerial taunt to constantly be gaining back Devil Trigger, because you're going to need it if you're like me. When it comes to this boss, I am rather impatient, and so you should be too, because at the end of this I do end up getting an S rank, which, let's not get it twisted, an S rank on this boss is pretty much nothing. You just got to be aggressive. Not too aggressive, otherwise you'll take damage when you don't need to. But I kind of wanted this to be over and done with, because as I said, this is one of my least favourite missions in this game. I still prefer it to a mission where you play as V, because obviously we're playing as your boy Nero, but yeah, not too fun. The whole thing with Gilgamesh as well, for those of you who've been wondering, what the hell is Gilgamesh, the marauding titan? I did a separate video kind of explaining what exactly Gilgamesh is, which, you guys seem to have a positive reception to, which was pretty cool. You know, delving into some of the DevilNeverCry lore, so to speak. Good old lore. That word basically sort of exploded in popularity with the release of Dark Souls in 2011. Before then, I'd only ever heard that word uttered a few times, and yeah, then everybody starts talking about the lore, bro. Like, oh goddamn, what's the lore behind Nero's boots? What's the lore behind Nico's tires? You know, it's like, shit, lore is, yeah. It's a word that's become oversaturated in this day and age. I feel that everything's got to have some sort of lore behind it. Why can't it just be the backstory or the story behind it? You know, the term lore, I'd imagine, inherently implies some sort of history or rich and in-depth history to something. As we cut to a little cutscene here, so believe it or not, I mean, obviously most people know exactly what this cutscene is. If you decide to attack Gilgamesh's legs whilst you're playing as V in the mission previous to this, you get this cutscene here where Gilgamesh is essentially stunned. If you choose not to, you won't get this animation, you won't get this cutscene, and you won't have Gilgamesh stunned for a period of time, allowing you to do a decent amount of damage. But coming up is when I start getting annoyed with this thing's health pool, and I just start to pump overture bombs into it. I even try and go for a few busters, but I don't think I get any of them. Mostly because I've pretty much forgotten when you're supposed to buster this thing, because it's been quite a long time since I've fought this boss of my own volition. But we essentially just start wailing into it. Get your devil trigger going. If I was smart, I would have hit it with a showdown or something, but I was not thinking straight at this point. Clearly, I just wanted to ram this thing with as many bombs as possible and just explode in it. Which, yeah, could probably be taken out of context, which some of you probably will do. I can guarantee that. But yeah, we're slowly chipping away at this thing's health. But yeah, as I was saying, I've covered the backstory as to what Gilgamesh is. Considering that it was in DMC form, people are like, what the hell, is this the same demon? Is this the same boss? Like, why is Gilgamesh a weapon in DMC 4 and not in DMC 5? Did Dante let it go? Did Dante lose a battle to it? This, that, and the other. You know, to cut a long story short, no. If you want the full story, go check out the video. It is on the channel, of course. There is, in fact, an entire playlist dedicated to somewhat of the story of DMC, because obviously the channel at this point is probably mostly known for tutorials and stuff, and for the general shit posts and awful streams that I do. But you know, at a certain point early on in the channel sort of career, so to speak, DMC story is what I covered, because a lot of people seem to, I don't know, enjoy it, so to speak. Especially with DMC 5 and its lore or theory videos. Good God, I remember those. It's been quite a while, but yeah, we were essentially going over all the games with a fine-tooth comb, sort of looking at potential ties to DMC 5 and the previous games in the series. A lot of them turned out to be complete nonsense. Some of them, there was you know, some plausible things that ended up being somewhat true. But yeah, we're almost done with this thing. We're gonna hit it with a showdown, I believe. Kind of wanted to get a stylish slow-mo going off, but I was not able to, unfortunately, because of clipped through the goddamn boss. That is the boss done, and that is the S rank essentially gotten. I believe we've just got the final cutscene here, again showing off this this costume. Good old No Nut November ruined for some people out there for sure, because yeah, people were going absolutely nuts about this on Twitter, you know, as people usually do. Good old Twitter, ever since the whole Tumblr debacle. But I digress. Then again, the majority of people watch this series mainly for the somewhat lucid, potentially coherent ramblings of a madman. Probably cranked up to 11 slightly for this, because I'm still rather ill. I've been choking back the desire to cough my lungs out. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. It has been me, DevilNeverCry. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and as always, I'll see you next video.